What is up, everyone? I'm Nadia, this is Dirt, and this is GizTube. Welcome in, where we are going through all of the USA and Canada shows from 2024 with King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
King Giz.
Woo! And today's episode, we are talking about their show that they played on August 23rd, 2024 in Detroit, Michigan at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. Yeah,
wow.
Mouthful there. Here's the set list. We've got it up right here. I mean, it is obviously worth noting this was an acoustic show. And oh my goodness, I have to go to an acoustic show now. That is one style of King Giz shows that neither of us have ever been to. And woof, we gotta go.
Yeah, they look like so much fun. If you were at this show, like, what was the atmosphere like? It looks like the guys of Giz are just letting loose and having fun up on stage.
They're just
it looks like a good time.
Footloose and fancy free. And I'm sure we will get into probably not all of them because there are so many just things worth mentioning in a moment. But yeah, definitely attend a King Giz acoustic show to the top of my list.
Definitely.
So let's get into our superlatives for this show. All right, so first superlative is our top 3 songs because choosing one is just too hard. Dirt.
Okay.
Top 3 songs for this acoustic set that was very microtonal heavy. Who knew they had acoustic microtonal guitars?
What a surprise. They're like, hey, look, we got acoustic microtonal guitars, so now we can play a shit ton of microtonal stuff.
And we will.
Yeah, this was an awesome acoustic set. I love how they work these into each tour. For my top 3 songs, I loved Crumbling Castle. And I might be biased to that one because I also try and play it a lot acoustically.
You're pretty successful.
Okay, thanks. Maybe I'll bust it out here one of these days. But yeah, I like that one. Even though it had some hiccups, Stu literally forgets a whole freaking verse and just mumbles through it at one point. I love that song in general, and especially acoustic. It has a really cool, mysterious vibe to it. So that was one of mine. My next one, I loved the Her and I Slow Jam 2. This is a pretty rare song as well. So the fact that they busted it out and then also busted it out during an acoustic set, it's like a double rarity because they hadn't played this song in 50 shows. So that's pretty cool. I loved all the jamming they did in this one. And then for my third song, you know what? I'm giving it the top moment. I think I did prefer a few other songs before it, but I loved their experimentation with this one, and that was the opening song of Thea, Motor Spirit mashup that lasted for, who knows, like 20 minutes. I loved how they worked both of those songs into a collab acoustically. So those are my top 3 songs. What about yours, Nadia?
I mean, man, and that Thea, we had Motor Spirit, we had The River, we had Wawa, we had Silver Cord.
It was awesome.
They were going all over the place. It was so cool. It was such a journey. All right. So my top 3, I had Ambergris. I love that song.
It's about sperm whales.
Yes, it is. It's about sperm
whales.
And I had not heard it acoustically. Was it an acoustic debut? It's not saying that it was, so I guess they played it acoustically before. But I thought that one was awesome. Loved hearing it acoustic. My next one is Sad Pilot.
Ooh.
Honestly, I think a lot of their B741 songs that they played on this night were so good. Like, that album is so awesome because I think it sounds awesome, electric and acoustic. So if I could have picked all of the B741 songs, I probably would have, but Sad Pilot and then Rats in the Sky is going to be my third one.
Another B741?
Yes, and this is a big deal for me because Rats in the Sky is my least favorite song off of that album, if I had to choose one. And I really liked that acoustic version. Like, I thought it was, I think it's better, maybe better than the electric, I don't know, but it was really, really good. So those are my top 3.
It would be cool to see them do that whole album straight through acoustically.
Yeah, I think that'd be sick.
Instead, they thought it would be great with an orchestra, but we'll see.
Are they? Yeah, with an orchestra.
Yeah.
All right, next up for the next superlative, it is our P song. What song would you use the restroom during if you were at the show? Dirt. What's your P song?
My peace song for this acoustic show would be You Can Be Your Silhouette. That's all I have to say. I would just go pee during that song. I know
your silhouette?
Hopefully. If the lighting's right in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It would be my silhouette as well. Maybe he needs to pee as well. So that's my pee song. What would you pee during?
Once again, this is always a hard one too, because you don't want to miss any part of the show. But if I had to, I chose Honey. I don't know. I like that song, and I like listening to it while I'm using the restroom. So
you know what? I think those were good pee song choices.
Yeah. If there is such a thing. Next up, we've got our best moment. And oh my goodness, how do you pick between our next two superlatives?
Yeah.
We were overwhelmed with options, basically. But Dirt, if you had to pick a best moment out of all the options, what do you choose from this Detroit show?
Wow. It is hard narrowing it down to one, which if you were at the show, I would love to hear what you thought your best moment was. I had a few, and I'm just going to run through them real quickly. I couldn't choose one. And I'm sure some of them are what you said too, but they got a kid up on stage to do the intro to nuclear fusion. Vincent, he crushed it.
Vincent, everyone give it up for Vinny! Vinny, my man, do you know what's about to happen? All right, I'm gonna give you the microphone, and Sammy, I want you to fucking deafen every single person here with what Vinny has to say, all right? Vinny, it's yours.
I love that moment. Apparently at one point a fan ran on stage and just shouted, "I love you" at the guys, and then they proceeded to try and not get that fan kicked out of the show, but let him stay in the show. And then I think my top moment out of the top moments I've already mentioned would be Ambi during Billabong Valley, when he climbs onto the equipment truck and is dancing around. Even the camera guy gets on there, so that's pretty impressive. And yeah, those are my quick top moments. I cheated. I chose
I had literally like all those written down as well. So I will just say what I had written down that you didn't say, because I agree with pretty much everything. I also loved when Joey went into the audience and did a little Q&A moment in the audience. I mean, this is so... The amount that they interact with each other and the audience during these acoustic shows is next level. It's literally like you're hanging out with them, and it's just so cool. So yeah, Joey at one point takes the mic, just goes into the audience, starts asking or like taking questions. And yeah, it was a cool moment. Because
I guess he thought people would have questions for them.
I mean, I know I would. I don't know what my question would be. I'd have to just come up with it in the moment. But that was really cool. I don't think I'd ever seen that before. So
I love the first kid's question was just, "You guys rock."
Yeah, I would probably freeze up and say something like that. All right, going on to our next superlative, which similar to the last one, best banter. There was lots of great banter between not only the boys, but also them and the audience, as we mentioned. Dirt, what you got for best banter?
This is another hard one because I think they had as much banter during this show as they did actually playing their instruments. And a lot of it was hilarious. I think my top ones were when Joey does a little Guy Fieri impression.
Diners, dumpsters, and dives. I'm your host tonight, Joseph Fieri, motherfucker. We're getting crazy. I'm gonna taste the best fucking jalapeno whoppers ever made.
But I also loved, back to my favorite moment, where Ambi's on the truck. At one point he just goes, "I'm on the truck. I love music."
I'm on the truck. I'm on the truck. What the fuck?
And I think that would be my favorite banter moment.
All right. I also had the Joey Guy Fieri impression.
It's too good.
It is too good.
It's too funny and random, and yeah, so Joey.
And then it's funny, I also had a quote from Ambi on the truck, but it was different. Right at the end when he's done, he just goes, "I get down from truck now. Thank you."
I get down from truck now. Thank you.
Ambi on the truck was just the, defining image of this show for sure.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, if you had to just like screenshot.
Yeah, we also have to mention, and I didn't say it because I thought you would, another great banter moment from Cookie was when Lucas actually starts talking about how they're live streaming all the shows and how that their family and friends can kind of tour with them by watching all the shows. And I think Joey or Ambi, he's talking about, he's like, my wife can watch all the shows, and Ambi's like, my wife's not watching, and Joey's like, my wife's not watching, and then Cookie goes, my wife hates this band.
Wives and partners and children who can't always come on tour can watch from home as well.
Yeah, my wife ain't watching.
Yeah, my wife ain't watching either.
My wife hates this band.
So definitely funniest line I've ever heard from Cookie. So that one's up there too.
Those little one-liners from Cookie.
Yeah, great moment. But overall, just all the talk and the banter they had and the interactions with the audience and even their crew members from Jason Galea and Turn It Up Sammy. Like, it was so good. If you were at the show, what were some of your favorite banter moments?
Yeah, literally watching it on the stream felt like we were like a part of the Giz family. Like, we're all just there hanging out, bantering, joking around, having a good time. Good vibes. All right, next up, we've got the best dressed of the evening. The best dressed of the evening at this show in Detroit. Dirt, who you got?
If I had to go just based on what they came out dressed in, I was going to go Joey with his little red and black kind of Guy Fieri shirt a little bit. But I think Ambi took the cake when he walked through the audience and got that Fishing for Fishies mask and then proceeded to wear it for a little bit. I think he took the best dress for me.
Yeah, that was a cool mask. I liked it.
It was a cool mask.
I've got Cavs. There were a few times where Cavs was wearing his sunglasses. And I loved this because it was a sunglasses at night vibe, right? And I don't know, I just like it. I like whenever people decide, like, hey, to pull out sunglasses if you're indoors or maybe it's nighttime, like a time or place where you would normally wear sunglasses. I think it's pretty cool. So, Cavs, you got my best dressed award.
Whoop, whoop.
All right, next up, one of the best segments of the whole show. What is Cookie drinking?
So irrelevant.
All right, so what was Cookie drinking this evening on stage?
Okay, so Cookie was getting wild tonight. I will say that. Also, all the guys, I think this is just their vibe from an acoustic show. But anyways, Cookie, his sipper during the show was Bud Light, which is a staple of Cookie's. But we also saw him take sips from a red Solo cup. And then at one point, as the King Giz boys do sometimes, they passed around a bottle of tequila, and Cookie participated in that as well. So, Cookie, how are you feeling the morning after this show?
Cookie, what is in your red Solo cup, this mysterious drink?
Also, what's with the banana on your keyboard? Was that banana? Could have been just the shaker. We'll see. But yeah, Cookie was triple fisting tonight. 3 different bevies. Way to go, Cookie. You deserve it, man.
Yeah, you do. You sure do. All right, next up, we've got our MVP of the show, our most valuable player, person, performer, whatever you want to plug in for the P. Dirt, who you got? Most valuable performer.
So yeah, to chain this on with the last segment, all the King Giz members were, freely participating in the alcohol. And I think you saw that kind of loosen them up as the show went on, especially Stu, forgetting verses and messing up some of his acoustic parts. So I gave the MVP to Joey because I really thought Joey kind of kept the band together during the latter parts of the show where it could have easily divulged into debauchery.
Which would have been fun too. Let's not lie.
I mean, we were already close there and it was fun. So yeah, but MVP to Joey, he kind of kept it together musically while all the other ones were letting loose.
Awesome. My MVP for the show, I've got Lukey.
Ooh.
Few reasons.
Because he cheated. Because he's the only one who wasn't playing acoustically.
Lukey was the only one not playing acoustic. And hey, I mean, if you're the only one not playing acoustic and everyone else is, I feel like you really got to keep your shit together.
But as Ambi mentions, he goes, don't you guys know you bought tickets to an acoustic show?
Hey,
so,
Lukey, you the real MVP for being the only one to not play acoustic. And it's the most we've ever heard Lukey talk, I think, at a show. So, Lukey, we enjoy when you talk. We enjoy getting to know you, getting to hang out. So
he's got the gift of the gab.
He's got the gift of the gab. Yes, you do. All right, and last but not least, we have our overall ranking of this show. KGLW.net. What ranking did they give this show?
So yeah, according to the fans, this show got a lowest of the tour 3.97 from all the fans on KGLW.net. I guess you guys aren't here for the acoustic shows.
Well, you know what? I'm here for the acoustic shows, Dirt, and I'm going to give this a 789 straws in the wind.
Ooh, wow.
Lots of straws blowing around.
It's really going to all end if there's that many straws blowing around in the wind. I'll say that.
I thought this show was awesome. Like I said, acoustic shows have now moved to the top of my list. What about you, Dirt?
You know what? I thought this was a great show as well. And yeah, while I wouldn't like to see a whole tour acoustically, one of these one-off shows where they do them are just fantastic. Love the vibe, love the energy they put out, and love the fun that they have and that the audience has too. So for this show, harkening back to Ambi on the Truck, I gave this one 18 wheels.
18 wheels. That's good.
For the 18-wheeler that Ambi dances on there in Billy Bong Valley. Billy Bong.
Silly Billy Bong Valley.
I'm on a truck.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you were at the show, drop some notes in the comments. What was it like? Were you having as much fun as we had watching it? I can only imagine so. Tell us more about it. What was it like? What was the vibe? Did you have a question that you wanted to ask Joey?
I love music.
Let us know. Thanks for tuning in. We are covering all the shows on this tour, so we will see you next time. Peace out.
Word.